I come to you from the Madras Christian College in Chennai to speak to a few students here to get a sense of what they think about a court in the US dropping criminal charges against the police officer who ran over an Indian student last year. Thank you all very much for your time. If I can begin with you, when you heard about this particular development, what ran in your mind?
First thing was I was very shocked because this student, her life was just taken away, and the people involved were cops who are supposed to be the protectors, you know, like we put our faith in them. So that was.
I was stunned because the cops did not think about the ramifications of the roadkill, and they were laughing, and they know that it will be captured in the dash cam at some point of time, and I think they did not have any remorse of the incident happening that time.
It's definitely something which was very outrageous. Everyone was very mad about it. But considering the situation that happened, this is even if it was not a cop, even if it was not an Indian student, it would still be the same effect that it is now.
Yeah, I was really worried about the lack of empathy from the police officer's side, and I was more worried about the other international students living in the US over there.
Yeah, the situation is very worse there. Like when we look into this incident, like the people there are the reaction was very bad, and they didn't they need some more empathy towards the people.
Now, America has a sound legal system. Do you think this order would have come only after they didn't have enough concrete evidence to proceed with criminal charges?
So about the evidence, I don't think they have enough evidences to properly defend against what the cops did. And in our side, India, I think we should take our legal stance very thoroughly to ensure protection of every student that goes out of India to pursue education and their livelihood.
Legally speaking, many would say the intention matters. The cop wouldn't have had any intention to kill the student, but what outrages people here?
Outrageous, especially like with respect to the dash cam footage, there was no remorse of like him after he hit her. So it is a bit murky, right? You're not sure, did he do it on purpose, did he not? We are kind of unclear.
Do you think it's important the US government should explore options or possibilities to file an appeal in the court?
Yeah, I believe it's really rational to get an appeal, but we can't really question the US legal framework because with the lack of evidence, we are not going to get more evidence. So I really feel sorry for the family. What happened to her was really concerning to all of us, but we can really complain the cop but the only thing that concerns us is the remarks.
Actually, I believe in the legal maxim that justice delayed is justice denied. So I personally believe that it is only fair if the legal system in US reinvestigate this case and come into a proper conclusion. Apart from the Indian emotional context, I think it's fair that way.
Do you think this will have an impact on young students like you who may want to go to the US to pursue their graduation or post-graduation in the years to come?
Definitely, sir. It will have a severe impact when we take into account the mockery done on the name of age and everything. Even though there is no evidence as far as the time considered, but still, when youngsters see the mockery done by the police officer, definitely they will be afraid. What will be our stance?
So definitely there will be an impact among the Indian students to pursue their education in the United States. Actually, even we do have a student exchange program. Also, there's a less percentage of people who wish to pursue their education in other states. When it comes to other countries, there will be even more less percentage. So if we witness such incidents, not only a single event, there was a series of events.
What's the worry fear?
This is incredibly scary for all of us because every single Indian aspires to go abroad and study, and it's not just for us, it's for our families. We're trying to earn a livelihood for everybody, and this is becoming very concerning for us because our safety is not ensured by the very people who are supposed to protect us, and we don't have an option of staying there or coming back.
Well, honestly, it's studying in US is a huge dream for Indian students. For instance, take me. So to think of a fact there is no proper safety and security to the students who are studying there, and to think about the mental state who are like literally studying right now and who are inspired to study there, it's like huge letdown for us to go and study now.
Even me, I had plans to study in US, but after hearing this, I was really disappointed. Will I be the next Jahnavi?
The family has lost their dear daughter. It's important they get a sense of justice.
Yes. So in the dashcam video, when we see that footage, the police officer is clearly seen to he's asking the person on the other line to just give like a cash award or just write a check to the other for the family. So he was saying that that student was just of limited value. So my question is, what are the parameters for defining the value of a person's life? Was it her age? Was it her gender? Was it the place in which she came from? So what exactly was that? So they were really insensitive towards the family, and it's done their feelings.
See, as a remark made as limited value, are the humans a property? Like, we human beings have a value, and comparing it, stating that is a limited value, that's quite concerning for each and every student or each and every human being standing over here. How are we treated? That remark was quite disappointing.
So USA has always been a great advocate of human rights. So this incident is something that human rights is being violated, because making fun of a person's life is not a joke. So that is something we should take into consideration.
What's the larger picture you get?
So in the larger picture, that it impacts like, so how will be the students like who are pursuing? Yeah. So what will be the students' future who aims to pursue their masters or their higher education in the US? Like, the freedom and their security is first. So the cops who has to ensure their security, and whether it's intentional or non-intentional, he has killed her. Like, life has been lost. So even it's $1 billion has been given as a remedy to her family. She can't be kept. That she can't be regained.
So just leave all these things. It's America, it's India. Just we can consider the human there. It's a life there. One life is left there. Other smoking. What's the humanity shown there? The lack of humanity.
I think the larger picture is basically about the emotions running high and the proper evidence we have in court. Emotions are always going to be high, even if there is no proper evidence to it. For example, emotions can be high even on a simple hit and run case. But the evidence, that's what matters. So I know it's tough, but we have to keep emotions at check and look at the larger picture of how the American law system handles it.
So you believe in the system?
Yeah, I do believe in their system. I think the American system has always been up to the mark, or even not. There can be some exceptions, but we have to understand that they are a world power, and believe it or not, they are having a great impact on how our world works. So yeah.
Yes, please.
So what I have to say is that actually there is a rising trend that this type of assault was happening against international students, not only from America, from Canada, UK, as the figures express.
Right.
So this is a matter that is not only concerning with a person from India, rather a student who maybe go to America, who may not go, but whatever it may be, there are students who are going not for just for securing their life, and they're treating like someone, like someone like a animal.
Right. If you can ask all of you now, what is your short message to the US government, people who may be watching this now?
My message to the US government is that they should take actions against what has happened there, and also the Indian government should appeal against what the court has decided. They should appeal once more.
So this is not just any one-off. This is not just any one-off incident that we have seen in the recent years. This has been going around for 1 year, and we have only been knowing about this recently. So what we should we should always hope. We should always hope for the best, and I hope justice will be delivered.
The US has got a deeply problematic administrative and policing problems. Indians have been facing racism for decades, and it will continue to do so. Just because we lost Jahnavi, yes, it's a very gruesome murder, and a student was denied entry into a club and he was murdered. Does it mean that there's an anti-Indian flag growing in India? Because in the States, we consist of one of the largest diasporas with respect to political power and policy making. So the US needs us, we need them more than us. So it's in the best interest of the US that they reform their policy making and ensure that such deplorable acts don't take place.
Yeah, just treat us just a human being, because in the meantime, in a worst case scenario, that same incident will happen and again. So it just has to change.
People say that this generation like racism free and they treat everybody equal, but in the meantime they bring death as a dark humor. They have to like stop doing that and take it seriously.
Yeah, so my message would be to be just, to have the justice done, rather than making it as an issue as an Indian or American. Leave any countries out, but more than it's a human life has been gone.
Yes, the mistake is indeed on the cop. I mean, if enough evidence has been found, the mistake is indeed on the cop. But what I have to say is that it is a human who has been killed. Humans should come first before Indian American or an Afro American. Humans should come first. So let's just us Indians, we have to hold back a bit. We shouldn't get way too emotional. We have a negative image of in social medias. I think it need not to be mentioned. So
Thank you very much, and thank you all of you for your time, and students talking about different aspects of this issue. And certainly it's a clear sign that the court development in Seattle in the US has certainly disturbed them, outraged them. They also understand that this could be because of any lack of evidence and because of any lack of clear motive behind the killing. But certainly it is a loss of life, a huge loss for Jahnavi's family, and they want the government to explore possibilities of appeal to make sure the family and the Indian community as a whole gets a sense of justice at the end. At the Madras Christian College in Chennai, with Shona, Sam Daniel, Find It TV.